The Keeping an Eye on It podcast from Local Women magazine is brought to you by our McCullough Jewellers, Letterkenny, the diamond engagement specialists.
Welcome to Keeping an Eye on It, the podcast from Local Women that allows ordinary or not so ordinary women to have their say. I've got three absolutely fabulous ladies with me today, so let's say hi to Vanessa Hamilton from PayEscape in Ballymoney, my very own hometown. I love that. Go the North Coast girls. Next to her, I have the lovely Emese. Emese is a beautician and a makeup artist and a permanent makeup artist. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And where are you from? Hungary.
I'm from Hungary.
We'll get into that later. What are you doing here? Why did you move to Northern Ireland? I love to know these things from you. And you work quite near where we are now. So
yes, just under.
I am looking forward to hearing about your journey to Northern Ireland and why you left your beautiful homeland to live in this place. We shouldn't slack up our own time, should we? No. And then here I have the gorgeous Madge Kelly, a Kelly like me. We are Kelly sisters, Madge. Uh-huh. And you're from a place that I had to look up on the map. Plumbridge. Never heard of it.
Yes.
How had I never heard of County Tyrone? Is that
County
correct?
Tyrone, indeed, yeah.
I've never heard of Plumbridge.
Well, it's now on the map.
It's on the map because Madge lives there and you settled in Plumbridge 8 years ago from beautiful Kenya. And again, yes. I want to know what brought you from Kenya to Plumbridge. Anybody listening from Plumbridge, I'm sure it's a perfectly beautiful place.
Gorgeous.
But it's not Kenya. Right, let's get started.
The Keeping an Eye on It podcast from Local Women magazine is brought to you by our McCullough Jewellers, Letterkenny, the diamond engagement specialists.
Now, we've got three ladies here from very different cultures, so this is going to be interesting. We're going to talk weddings, because we all love a good wedding. Did you know that it costs £20,000 to get married these days in Northern Ireland, and each wedding guest spends approximately £500 just attending the wedding? I would say that's quite low. But anyway, what has sparked this in my head is I saw this wonderful thing on TikTok, and it was a wedding invite where the bride clearly had no self-awareness, and she had categorized the guests into A, B and C. And she'd written it on the invite and said, she told people that they were either A, B or C guests. So obviously A being the good people, C being, the flotsam and jetsam, the not so good people. And she told them they had to answer quickly so they could be slotted in. So Vanessa, do you think weddings have gone too far?
Yes, I'm probably not the best person to ask about weddings.
You're not married, Vanessa, I take it.
Oh, well, no, but just they're not my thing. Weddings just aren't my thing.
Were you ever married?
Yes.
And did you like it?
I actually went away to get married because I don't like the whole fuss. I didn't want the whole fuss and all the expense as well of...
Where did you go?
I went to Australia and I got married in Australia.
What?
But at least I had the experience. Always wanted to go to Australia. I got married outside the Opera House.
Wow.
And I had 3 weeks in an amazing country. I'd rather have spent the money doing that than inviting lots of people that
who you don't like.
My family.
Don't worry, they're not listening.
No, I mean, there's family members that you never see.
And you're happy just to never see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I happen never to see them.
I'm feeling that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you on that.
Yeah.
Emese, what about you? Have you been to many Irish weddings since you've moved from Hungary?
I've never been to any Irish wedding. I was invited once to one, but unfortunately that was during COVID, so it got...
You couldn't go? Oh, right. So what are Hungarian weddings like?
Hungarian weddings are great fun. Like,
are they big?
People really get...
Are they expensive?
Huge. Expensive, but not as expensive as weddings here.
Yeah.
I don't think people spend that much money. Maybe there are people that do, but mostly people don't spend that much money.
Yes.
But it's a great opportunity for all the families to get together, and then they go crazy. They big partying like crazy, really.
I love that.
And it's usually amazing. We have lots of traditions that people follow during the ceremony and after the ceremony.
Yes.
So
you need to get to an Irish wedding.
I would love to, yes.
Although it is going to cost you £500 at least to go. Does that seem expensive? That seems expensive, doesn't it? £500, that's a lot of money. What about you, Madge? What are weddings like in Plumbridge?
Weddings. First of all, in my opinion, wedding is what you make it to be. Like I wouldn't put myself in a situation whereby like I spend a lot just because of so and so, like following the Jonases. I know if I have a budget, I'll stick with my budget.
You're so good.
I'll stick to whoever like has been close to me, what we've been interacting, have played a role in my life, and then I'll go for the wedding of my budget, not the big fancy. And then because I'm looking at relationships that you've built and who are going to support the marriage and who have been there, who've seen it grow, who's seen it, in the crazy times. So I would go for that instead of the expensive big.
Very wise words. And of course, what I didn't tell you is that our Madge here, she is a life coach.
Yes.
Would you call yourself a life coach? Yes.
Life coach, mindset coach. Yes.
So you teach people how to think correctly or how to think more clearly.
Yes.
And when it comes to weddings, people do tend to fall out with each other. Why is that?
Well, there's a lot of expectations, and then also knowing what you want, because in this life, when you know what you want, when you know your goals, then you're able to chatter the way. But if you don't know what you want, and you just, okay, Kim has told me, do this. Don't follow what people tell you to follow.
Yes.
Follow what's in your heart, what you want, and then you'll never go wrong with that.
So what are weddings like back home for you in Kenya?
Big, bold, and beautiful.
But are they expensive? Is it about money? No.
Well, it's a money process because first of all, you have to pay the dowry.
Oh, tell me about the dowry.
Yeah.
Did anybody pay yours, Vanessa?
That's like the cows.
The cows and the goats.
And the sheep and the sheep, yes. So is it like a monetary thing?
It is actually monetary, I think so.
Did your husband have to pay your family?
Well...
because he's from here. He's from Northern Ireland.
My parents are not living, so that was kind of an impossibility to match up. But in real sense, he would have had to come to our home and visit my parents.
Yes.
And then they tell him the price he has to pay for having my hand. And it comes in forms of goats, it comes in forms of cows, or in big bulk cash before you actually say, okay, now you can marry my daughter. So it's that. And then now go to the wedding expense. And then you have to invite like all the relatives from both sides.
And who pays, the man or the woman?
I mean, it doesn't matter, but mostly the man is the one who normally gets to pay for all these expenses. So
quite right.
I find it crazy. And I find it is money oriented. Yeah. It should be about the relationship and how someone brings what brings they bring in the relationship. Yeah.
Here in the UK, it is the bride's family who traditionally pay for the wedding. Is that the same in Hungary?
Whoa.
I would say in smaller villages where they are still more traditional keeping, yes.
Yeah.
But not everywhere. Like in bigger cities, let's say in Budapest, I don't think that's the way anymore. No, everybody pays for their own wedding.
No, you've lived here for 11 years. And what brought you here?
A family member of mine worked here at that time, and then it was just a call out of nowhere asking if I would be interested in coming to Belfast because he has a room available.
What did you know about Belfast?
I didn't know much, to be honest.
No, you Googled and thought,
Obviously, we heard about the troubles and what was going on between English and Irish people, but I didn't know much about the city, but I was curious. And I always wanted to come to an English-speaking country so that I can...
Did you speak English?
I did study it at school, and I thought I can speak English, and I came here and I heard people talking, and I was like, I don't know.
I can't believe that you're actually sitting... we are really trying to speak slowly, aren't we, Vanessa? Yeah. But it's hard. It is, and our accent is difficult.
Yeah. It is difficult.
You're doing very well.
Thank you.
Do you have to really concentrate? The accent here is crazy.
But once you get used to it, it's all right. It took me a few months while I got used to it. At the beginning, I was really trying to hold just very basic conversation. Like, how was your weekend? And I didn't necessarily understand the answer. But now it's all...
And now you're here with a daughter with a Belfast accent.
Yeah.
Which I love for you. I just love that. Whenever you take her back home, they'll be like, goodness me, what is that? Vanessa, do you think we're very hard on Northern Ireland? Because we're always very critical. We're always like, why do you live here? Like, we are a bit hard on it, aren't we?
We are, but
it's good here.
But I was saying, I do love Northern Ireland. And I see if we had the weather, you wouldn't want to go anywhere else. If we had really good weather, where else would you get the scenery that we have? Especially
we have lovely
around
scenery.
The North Coast.
We're both from the North Coast. What do you like best about the North Coast, the scenery?
I like the people as well. The people
yes.
and the banter. You go down at the weekend and people know each other and
yes.
it's very friendly. It's like a community. So.
Would you ever consider living anywhere else? Like going mad and going to live in Greece?
I would like maybe a holiday home in Greece, but not live there permanently. No, I think I'm a home bird.
Yeah,
I like home.
Yeah, I like home too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think us girls know what we like. Actually, that's going to be our next topic. We're going to talk about doing whatever we like.
The Keeping an Eye on It podcast from Local Women magazine is brought to you by Armacolour Jewellers, Letterkenny, the diamond engagement specialists.
Right, let's talk about doing what we damn well please. And that's something that I've been doing for a while now. I guess it comes with age, Vanessa. You and I are of a similar vintage. I would like to point out Vanessa is younger than me, just okay? Let's just put that on record. Vanessa, what age were you whenever you decided you were just going to do whatever you wanted?
Do you know what? I think I've always been like that. There's always been a little mischievous streak where I have said, I'm going to do that and I want to do it. Whereas my mother was pulling her hair out, trying to, like, you don't need to do that. Why are you doing that?
Because
the more she did that, the more I wanted to.
Yeah.
So as I've got older, I have become worse. So
I feel I've got worse. And I really live life in my own rules. Like, you're not married like me, and just do what you want.
Do what you want, when you want. Life is good. Very lucky to be in the life that I'm in.
Yeah.
Lots of experiences and great. Love it.
Life's good. What about you, Emmy? Do you do whatever you want, or do you feel you're sort of bound by...
I think I'm in that stage now, yes. Yeah. Yes.
Once you hit your 30s, you're like...
Yes. After turning 30, I would say, yeah. Now I feel like, I'm just going to do whatever feels like...
Yes.
Feels like it, whatever feels good, whatever... And I don't really care what anybody else thinks anymore.
I don't care. I sometimes pretend that I care, but I really don't. I wish that I did care. Now, this is something that I'm sure that you would teach people, isn't it? Whenever you're doing life coaching, to not care what other people think. Do you think that's important?
Yeah, that's really, really important. And especially for me, it took me I think it's now for the past 5 years, I've not been caring. I've actually owned my space, my voice and everything like that. And it's important, there's something called the ghosts of fear. And one of them is the fear of criticism. And everyone has that.
A ghost of fear, right?
The ghost of fear. So, what will they say? Or how would I look? Or what will, all those things. We have these questions about ourselves. And once we walk away from that, then we are free to do whatever we want. And we can explore, we can be adventurous, we can, take the leap of faith. But if you fear what other people say, criticism, then you bind yourself to just, the mediocre. You don't go beyond. And
so how do you stop caring then?
By knowing your worth, by knowing yourself, by believing in yourself, and just knowing that everyone else has their own thing going on.
And they're not that bothered.
And they're not even thinking about you anyways.
Yeah.
It's just you they're thinking about you, but they're bothered with their stuff. So don't pay no heed and just trust in your own judgment. As long as it makes you feel empowered and you're not hurting anybody in the process, that's another thing, then go ahead and do it.
Because people are held back, people do say this to me all the time. Whenever I say to them, oh, you should be on the cover of Local Women or whatever, they'll go, oh, what people think? And I'm like, who cares? Exactly. Who cares what people will think? I am the editor and I think it's great. So there you go. So there you go. That's it. That's all you need to know. And I bet your mum will like it too. There you go.
and there's also that one thing of limiting beliefs. Probably when you're growing up, what were you told? Oh, you shouldn't get yourself out there. You should just be seen and not be heard. You there are those limiting beliefs that we hold. And when you grow older, we still have them. Like, who am I and all that stuff. So when you get out of that funk, then you can express yourself more.
You definitely can.
Yeah.
And actually, something that you brought up there is people talking about you and criticism. Social media, of course, plays a big part. Now, you have she's not a teenager anymore, your daughter, she's in her early 20s, but you had to bring her up and navigate through social media. Did you find that hard, telling her not to listen to being trolled?
Really hard because, again, especially at that age, they look at images and think that they should be a certain way, they should look a certain way. And yeah, I did worry about her.
Yeah, it's probably worse for the girls.
I think it's worse for the girls because there's an image. Your hair should be a certain way, should be a certain weight. Your skin should be perfect. You should have all the latest clothes and the fashion. So I think for girls, especially at her age, she's past that now, thankfully.
And I wish people would stop filtering their lives just so much. I actually saw a lovely video at the weekend of somebody who shall remain nameless, who is quite well known in Northern Ireland. And I think she's a gorgeous girl, but every time I see her, she's sort of very filtered. This particular video, she had no makeup on, and she was, just going about, she looked lovely. Yeah. She looked, yes, a little bit older maybe. She looked a little bit bigger. She looked a little bit paler, but she still, she looked lovely. She looked lovely. Yeah. She looked more real. Wow. What do you think? You're going to raise a daughter now. Are you going to keep her off social media?
Well, I will try to as best as I can.
Isn't it?
I'm sure it's hard because she's going to see other girls in the school, using it, and then she will want to use it. And I'm sure it will be hard limiting it for her in the same time that I also don't want her to feel missed out.
No, you don't want them to miss out on the social media. This ban that's come in might be quite useful because that then takes it out of our hands. And you're like, oh, well, you can't do it. So they don't need to be on social media that young. They just don't. I mean, they can go on to other sites. They don't need to be on TikTok and Facebook and stuff like that. And then they all slag each other off. Do you ever read some of the comments? Do you ever read some of the comments people write below my stuff? I actually find it quite funny. I actually quite, you think you're great and you're like, okay, yeah, I do. I'm like, well, it's taken me a while, but Or they're like, oh, you're the kind of girl who's this, and you're like...
I actually feel sorry for those people because they obviously are very sad in their lives.
Keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
Live.
So they obviously haven't got a nice life, or they're unhappy in their lives, that they have to take out their frustrations or whatever it is on innocent people.
Live from their underpants, from their mother's spare bedroom. Yeah. That is what they are. That is what those people are. Anybody, actually look, if you go onto things like Belfast Live and say there'll be a story about some girl and all these comments, a lot of them from women, and you can see it, and you can click through and see that this woman has daughters, and you're like, people can see you, love. You feel like going, listen, Debbie, people can see you. Stop writing that.
There should be women supporting women.
or just say nothing. Yeah. You can just say, look, we all think it. None of us are perfect. We all do look at pictures and go, ooh, but just scroll on. We're all human. We're all human. Scroll on past. How do you teach your clients to deal with being criticised, or how do you, what would you say to them? What coping mechanisms would you give them?
There's one, it's not simple, but it's something that you can start and it really works. For me, it worked like magic. So it's called auto-suggestion. When you go to the mirror or when you're just on your own, tell things to yourself that affirm yourself, like, oh, I am loved, I am gorgeous, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am bold. Like if you're going for a meeting and you're nervous, you're like, no, I can do this. You're just telling yourself, I can do this, because whatever you tell yourself, you actually get to believe it. Like you're just lying to yourself, but you're actually making belief. Yeah. So auto-suggestion will be the first thing. If someone tells you can't do it, tell yourself, no, I can do it.
She just whispered, I do that. I love that.
And affirmations, right? Yeah. How does it work for you?
Tell us. Again, I think sometimes I would suffer from imposter syndrome, I would say. But then...
Why?
Well, again, it's a mental thing where you have to then be stronger than your emotions and your mind. You look in the mirror and you say, right, I can do this. I know what I'm doing. I can do it.
You're very competent. You can.
And you realize as soon as you do that, there's just something that develops within you. Like no one can tell you anything, because whatever you tell yourself and what you believe is what it is. It doesn't matter what anyone says about you. It is you. So self-affirm, auto-suggest, I am beautiful, I am gorgeous, I am loved, I'm healthy. In fact, for the sick people who are sick, tell yourself, I am healthy, I'm becoming better. Tell yourself something that you can believe. I'm becoming better and better every day. I'm improving, all those good things. And I tell you, it works like magic.
How often? Every day?
Every day. Every single opportunity that you get.
So every time you go to the toilet and look in the mirror whenever you're washing your hands?
Yes.
So whenever you're washing your hands, you go, I am gorgeous.
I'm going to ace that meeting.
Yes. And that's so much better, because we tend to go, oh my God, would you look at my roots? Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God. We need to stop that. We need to stop that.
Indeed.
That nonsense. I love that.
Yes.
I love that strategy. Well, I think we've all learned something today from this. This has been great. So I'm here with 3 bold, gorgeous, beautiful women. Thank you very much for joining us on the Keeping an Eye on It podcast. It's been absolutely wonderful, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
The Keeping an Eye on It podcast from Local Women magazine is brought to you by Our McCullough Jewellers, Letterkenny, the diamond engagement specialists.